Hey guys, my name's Vega. If you haven't met me already or you don't know me in person, I am a computer electrical engineering nerd. I have my ham radio license. I'm a furry. I'm bisexual. I'm into Linux and try to get literally everybody else I know to use it. I consider myself a musician, whether it be from on synthesizers, guitars, keyboards, or weird MIDI controllers. And I love longboarding. I'm a privacy and political nerd, and I'm more than these things. But before I get into who I am, I want to talk about what I want to do here and why you should care about my YouTube channel. Back in 2018, I published a video titled Hello World that said that this channel was going to be about electronics, Linux, gaming, tutorials, music, radio science, and more. This saying, hey, I'm a nerd and look how cool I am video. And I think that's great, and that is stuff I really care about. But it's not who I am. I want this channel to have more than that. I want there to be content that ranges all the way from the nerdy cool stuff like Tom Scott, Cody's Lab, Thought Emporium, and all the other hundreds of nerdy cool channels that I can't even name all of them, to stuff like Jan Measley's channel, where he hosts Conlang Critic and has these really niche topics where he can literally make a video about Hangman and people are like, hey, that's cool. I'm not going to be ashamed to publish videos that I don't think everybody's going to be interested in. If that's not your thing, unsubscribe. Don't care. But if it is, hey, I want to be honest with you about stuff I think is interesting, and I hope that my passion about it makes you passionate about it too. But I also want to put not nerdy, not just very rigid content on here. I want to be honest with you about who I am, and I want to make content that is fun and relaxing and not stupid, but like not serious. I've been watching a little bit of Strange Eons, and she has this really cool content with like Thursday, a long Furby that she made a Tinder profile for, and it's just super fun to watch. I've been watching, I don't even know how to binge, I don't even own a Switch, been watching a bunch of Mario Maker, and it is super fun to watch people play that, so I wouldn't mind recording myself playing a few games and talking about how much fun I'm having and just hanging out. That's the kind of content I want to make for you guys. I don't want to make just this nerdy stuff. That said, making nerdy content is exactly the kind of stuff I'm going to make too, because I'm a nerd, like as I just described to you. But I want to make content that people actually care about and can learn from. So that said, I want to make content like I've been working on here on my opinionated engineering page on GitHub.io. Link probably in the doobly-doo. There is this massive table of contents that I've been working on this for a while now. It's super, that table of contents doesn't actually represent what's done in here, but it goes over stuff that's not just engineering. It goes over music, as you can see here-ish. It goes over design and like how to make good looking stuff, because I think that being a nerd and being a hacker, being an engineer, being into this kind of stuff means more than just working on nerdy projects and stuff like that. It means you're going to take all of your skills and make something cool. And that's what I enjoy. That is the biggest descriptor of who I am, and I want you guys to be able to get to know me. I love making cool things and being creative and making stuff that I've worked with other people on. And I want to work with you guys on cool stuff. I love working in I'm in a group chat with a bunch of furry engineers that just makes really cool stuff, and I love working with them and talking with them about the things they make. I'm planning to make projects with this big MX key. I'm planning to put a potentiometer joystick in my guitar and replace some of the knobs. I'd like to talk to you guys about previous projects I've done, like the RFID tags in my hands that I can read with this Proxmark RFID reader, and how I tried to decrypt man in the middle a few RFID tags. I'd like to talk to you about PCB design and ham radio. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk to you guys about that's nerdy and cool, but I want to show you them actually being practically used rather than just documents like this where I might be able to show that a little bit, but it's just text, hopefully a little bit more pleasant to read than a textbook, but realistically, basically a textbook. So things like, as I'm working on, and I forgot to switch over that, I was talking about the opinion engineering document, I'd like to show you guys things like the CO2 dashboard. This is not my code that's running, but it's running on a Raspberry Pi back here that the CO2 monitors above these final records, and it's sending the data over TCP little web server for this Python web server, but I also added in some lines for UDP so I can display the CO2 usage on my taskbar. This is exactly the kind of stuff I'd like to show you. I'd like to show you why I'm interested in it. So this was inspired by a Tom Scott video, I believe, where he had a guest on that showed being locked in a like plastic room where the CO2 levels rose because he was breathing in there and like the negative effects of it. That leads into the other stuff I'd like to talk about. I don't want it to just be me playing games. I don't want it to just be me doing dumb stuff, but I also don't want it to be just engineering and nerd stuff. I wouldn't mind actually talking about stuff and issues that I am currently interested in and care about. So that includes everything from environmental concerns like the CO2 monitor here, or making sure that technology doesn't use as much power, like this low-tech magazine here, which is run off a Raspberry Pi and a solar panel and serves how many people. But also talking about political stuff like the FOSTA and SESTA Act and my opinions on them, or how COVID-19, I'm totally going to get demonetized now, not that I was going to monetize this video anyway, and how that might be impacting, or how COVID-19 might be letting legislation go through that will impact our digital rights and our freedom of speech. I want to talk about issues that I actually care about. All right, so just a generic YouTube channel? Yeah, that's the point. I want you guys to be able to bounce off of me and develop ideas and hopefully learn and grow and make cool stuff, but also enjoy doing it. And I think that even things like Strange Eon's Long Furby video that I said I was inspired by, and inspired by a lot of other YouTubers, don't get me wrong, stuff like that I think can still be educational in a way. Like, I didn't know these long Furbies existed, and now I can use some of that content to make cool things. Like, realistically, experience making a long Furby, which is something I'm starting to work on soon, is going to contribute to me making things like a fursuit head. Also, I'm planning to put electronics in here. There's a lot that can be done to make really cool stuff, and I want to share my experience with that with you guys. But I also don't want it to be this super hardcore edited stuff like you saw with that Hello World video. I want it to be stuff that is made humanly, that shows that creativity doesn't have to be this thing that's hardcore and rigid, and instead stuff like my music. My music is mostly recorded entirely live, and then just tiny bits of Audacity after if they want to do a fade in or a fade out or need to clean up levels. That, in my opinion, is like real creativity, not the gatekeep. It's the raw expression of ideas, and to me that is super fun. If I say something stupid, if I change my mind in an argument, if I say I'm pro-gun one day and then anti-gun one day, that's totally what this channel should be. I want you guys to watch as I grow and change, and I want to grow and learn with you guys. I'd also like to show off cool community projects. So WebRing, which is a site made by, I believe, Divine Lulin Vega, is a super cool website that shows a bunch of other people's blogs and content they've made that is super interesting, and it shows these diverse ideas, people working with everything from music to working in politics to game design, generally nerdy stuff, but you don't even know what you'll find here. Like, everything from creative coding to political commentary, it's all there. Like, it's just so dang cool, and I would love to share with you guys more stuff like this. I have other projects on the list that I thought I could bring up in this video and show you guys, but I'll have to make more videos and talk about each thing individually. I wanted to give you guys an idea of what this channel is going to be, and I hope this did the job. I'm really looking forward to making more videos. It is 3:21 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you guys on the internet. To show you things like the fursuit head that I'm working on, that's going to have, yep, that's going to have quite a bit of electronics in it. It is smoking. Holy shit. Oh, God.